This is Jumpin' Shoe, and the fan is on because it's freaking hot. So I thought I minimized the sound enough. I put it further away in my apartment just so it's like not like blowing into my microphone. But God, when I record, usually I have everything off just so that the sound is clear, and my lower half is just drenched in sweat. Up ahead is Mount Chimney, huh? That's the place where the nut jobs at Meteor Fall are talking about going to. Okay, now I know why we're here. So, I keep farting! And it's so painful. All I had for breakfast was cereal, the mini wheats, my favorite mini wheats, and a banana. And is it a lot of fiber? Who knows? But today's topic is the D23 Expo happened. I don't understand why it's called D23. I don't know when it like started exactly. Oh god, I gotta heal my Pokemon. It doesn't matter because there was no Kingdom Hearts 4 news, so I don't give a shit. But also, they announced a bunch of new things that they're making. We've got, it wasn't in this little poster here, but we've got live action Lilo and Stitch coming. That is terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. We got I think live action Moana is still happening, even though also in this announcement, Moana 2 is coming next year? No, it says this year. It's coming in 2024. In fucking, what, 3 months? So Moana's 2 coming. They're still doing live action Moana. And then, we've got Incredibles 3 down the line, Frozen 3. A lot of 3s here and 2s. A lot of 3s and 2s here. The only original ideas I see here are this movie called Hoppers and Elio. Both are Pixar movies. I think I could be excited about those. What do I have to say? Whoops. Okay, yes. Whoops. Okay, what do I have to say? The French. The French with 2 H's. The French. Celebrated. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so now in the networking thing, it's gonna say that, oh, Bliss player had this to say, the French. Can I come here? Nope, can't come here. Wait, so I was thinking they teleport you to Mauville, so it's more convenient, and it is. Okay. I don't remember if you have Fly at this point in the game or not yet, but you would have had to walk all that way back. And actually, I appreciate that. Item? Garth, I never made use of the battle items, like the X attack, X special defense, X whatever. Like, they're all pretty much useless if your Pokemon has a boost move. And if you're using it just to get by, you have to keep using it every single time. Then it's just, like, what's the point of it anymore? I think those items could be phased out of Pokemon. But, what am I excited for? I was excited for Zootopia. Missed opportunity to call it Zootopia, and honestly, even though it's yet another sequel, Incredibles 3, because I think a lot of people felt burned by Incredibles 2. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a huge critic of movies to be like, you know what, the villain's motives in Incredibles 2 is kind of dumb, and there's a huge focus on just Helen Parr. I guess because the focus on the first movie was Bob Parr, and Even though I think it's fine that Incredibles 2 is literally a direct sequel, like it takes place like right at the end of the stinger of Incredibles 1. I think there could have been more of a time skip to make it interesting. Like everybody's the same age, it's the same time period, but they're trying to tackle like new problems. Like it doesn't make any narrative sense to me. We're all using Pokemon. We're all using the same one. What is this? A VGC tournament? Cool jab at VC, whatever, VCRs. Alright. So, here's what we're gonna do. Just gonna lead with the guy. And I think it's cool that they're doing original ideas like Elio and Hopper, although I think I don't care about Elio. The vibe I get from Elio is the same kind of vibe I got from Strange World, and I kind of didn't care about that one. And I wanted to, because I like when Disney does sci-fi sometimes. They always stick to like fantasy, like knights and soldiers and princes and princesses. They always stick to that. So it's nice to see them do like sci-fi stuff. But again, this is Pixar, so it's not even really Disney. So I don't know. And I think there's a kind of a not a surrogate goat, like a supplemental show on Disney Plus called Zootopia Plus, which is just mostly shorts. I don't care for those. But I do want to see where Zootopia 2 is going. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff over there I could have gone through. Hey. What is their demeanor? Like, why did she do this? Like, I know there's a Team Rocket character who goes like, nyuk, nyuk, nyuk in Gold and Silver, but like, what's her deal? It's you. You are the one who interrupted me, who tried to interrupt me, Tabitha, at Meteor Falls. Did you intend to get in my way once more? Not really. Really? I'm Dux's child, are you? What is her character? I will crush you. Now she's demonic? Which one is it? Is she bipolar? Like, which one is it? Pick a mode, pick a setting, pick a lane, honey. Gosh, dang. Alright. Something's going on with Coughing's shadow. I don't understand it. It's like trying to cast a shadow with the puffs of smoke that are leaving his body. Whoa, this guy's fast. The worm is fast. Or maybe I missed. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so also in this list, what kind of pisses me off, aside from Frozen 3, fuck Frozen, there's no Tangle 2. Anyway, the Toy Story 3 image here, it's clearly Bonnie with an iPad, and it's just so, it's such an old person thing to complain about. Like, man, everywhere I go, these kids these days are playing with iPads instead of toys, or paying attention to me, the adult, because I'm more interesting than an iPad. No, you're not. If I was a kid, I'd be more interested in an iPad than the adult. But more importantly, kids still play with toys. What I hope this is not the focus of this movie, because it seemed like it's gonna be like an iPad bad movie, and it just like, what are we doing here? you were having this. I know we made it to Toy Story 4 already. We're just getting into the emotions of toys again. And like, they're having arcs and like going away and going on like spiritual journeys, even though they're fucking toys. But now we're back here making this statement about iPads, and like, kids still play with toys. There's still toy sections everywhere. It's not the iPad's fault. Toys R Us went out of business, okay? That's what I think. And I always have to end in my statement with "that's what I think," just so you know. That's what I think. But I can already tell. I hope that like that's a very small plot point, or like that's a setup for the premise, and the rest of the movie ends up not being that. Maybe for the last 2/3. I don't know. No. And I hate that I can tell like what the movie is going to be about just from looking at this image here. And also, I kind of roll my eyes about it in general, but I thought that in this image Woody is there. So I thought that Woody left. Like, it was pretty clear that Woody left and didn't want to be at Bonnie's toy, even though that whole movie, he goes on this tirade about how important it is to be a toy for a child at like such a crucial age of their imagination or whatever. And he's like, okay, bye, I'm gonna go be a free toy with Bo Peep. We're gonna have hot toy sex or something and have toy children. I don't know. I want to talk about what's about to happen here in a second, but I think if Woody is back for 5, then wouldn't that ruin the whole point of 4's ending? And I'm back here like, this is the problem with making it to 5 movies. You start to go back on things because you want the plot to keep going. Or, like, people are speculating, okay, maybe it's a prequel, but, like, you make it to Toy Story 5, and you're doing a prequel? What are you doing? We're wasting everybody's time. I think about, like, Monsters, Inc., and how Monsters 2 was called Monsters University, and that was a prequel. And I think it gets a pass in my mind, just because it's, like, the second movie, and not, like, movie 5, and you do a prequel. That's fucking bullshit. Okay, Maxie and Archie's themes are the fucking best in this game. And then the fucking guitar kicks in, the rock music, and I'm like, oh shit, this is badass now. I'm sorry. Look, this music is so good. Okay, I'm gonna turn it back down. I would like a dragon type. Alright, Camerupts, is it already time? Nope, it's not time. God, I need to get rid of fucking water gun. Pew! And some people will say, okay, maybe it's not a prequel, but maybe it's another Woody, which doesn't make sense since I thought Woody is like an old franchise by the time Andy gives him to Bonnie, so that doesn't make sense. So like, it has to be a prequel then. Isn't Andy's Woody like kind of an heirloom, or like, I don't know, it's like an old line of toy. Okay, I want to use this just so that Golbat doesn't fuck me up. That's bad. Okay, so Electro Ball should do a lot of damage now since it's paralyzed. I guess we'll never find out. Okay, Pikachu, I need you to like activate. Stop being a bitch right now. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I guess a good combo is Thunder Wave, Electro Ball, if you can survive after using Thunder Wave. Wow, it's so expressive. You don't get that in Emerald. His glasses fell off. Isn't that hilarious? So, you repulsed the great Maxie in battle. Oh god, he has a crazed face. Look at that. Sir, you never failed to entertain me. Okay, now back to being cool. Alexa, then start. This time, permit me to use my full strength. Once you've tested my Pokemon's Mega Evolved power, you will say goodbye to your last shred of hope. Eventually. Yes, it's me. Oh? Then it is Mount Pyre. I understand. I will come at once. I am sorry to cut our battle short, but I'm afraid I must excuse myself. So it's rude. This demands reparation. I would also, in my new game, I would also make it so you can skip cutscenes. I obtained the meteorite. You know, he could have just like left. He didn't have to give it to me just because I beat him. You know, he could have just like held on to it and did whatever he was gonna do. Team Magma and Aqua are weird. Hey, if it ain't that little scamp, but blast that man. Actually, he just escaped us. I'm giving him a southern accent. And he just left behind the meteorite that he's been crazy about finding? I don't think so. That don't make no sense to me. Can't be. Could he have found out where the real orbs are hidden? That's like a little scientific so-and-so. I'm always left watching his bony backside run 2 steps ahead of me. Walk, 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 walk. Oh, okay, bye. I should have given a pirate accent, but I don't know how to do a pirate. I can't sound like a pirate. I can sound like a country, southern person. But yeah, I'm not excited to hear about Toy Story 5. You should have stopped at 5. Oh wait, I can go here now? What the fuck? I think we're gonna have to put the little plot on hold, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Okay. So what's here? Oh, Spoink. I love Spoink. I did try using Spoink one time, and I did not have a good time. So I'm not gonna use you. Spoink, or the Grumpig line, is very similar to the Gothitelle line. Like, they have like very bad move pulls, and their best thing they can do is use Psychic. Also, Grumpig is like the same speed as Gothitelle, and they're both like not very fast. Like, nothing you could do with them except use Calm Mind and then hope for the best. And actually, this is a hot take, but I kind of prefer moments like these in Pokemon games where you have the option to go off like the main story path just for a little bit, just to go to like a different town just to get there, or like go to explore a different route. Like, I like where there's a fork in the road, as long as you go and then you can go back to doing the story. I don't like it when the whole thing is open and then you just have the option to do whatever you want. Like, I kind of don't like that. And people might look at me like, oh, what, you hate freedom? You hate creative freedom in a video game? Is it wrong that I like a more curated experience? And that's a nice way of saying linear. It's just, like, I don't have to go down Jagged Pass to get to Lava Ridge Town, but I can. And I like that. And then after that, I can go back to doing, you know, whatever the fucking story beat is. I prefer this over being like, you can do anything, whatever you want to do in your order. You make your own adventure. Like, well, I want to experience the adventure you planned. I think it relieves themselves of like coming up with a story or like a narrative by just making it so that like you can do anything, and sometimes it might not even make like narrative sense when you do something what the player wouldn't or but the character in the game wouldn't. It's like, I think it opens up to that, and it's not a good feeling, and at least in Pokemon for me. Anyway, I'm here in Lava Ridge Town. It's already been on screen, but Fiona evolved. Now she's full ogre mode. And I like that you can click on the bottom screen and you can see their attack animations play out. That's cool. I mean, I guess you can also do that in the Pokedex, but like, you can watch them do it. Your guys do it. What else changed? Nothing. So this is new Lava Ridge Town. You can kind of see now that these are both male and female entrances. You can still go in the female one even though you're a boy. Do they put anything cool here? Oh wait, they do. You found a pair of undies. I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid. Where is it? Aha! An ice heel. What is an ice heel doing in the bottom of a hot spring? What is the implication of that? Somebody dropped their icy hot in the bottom of the jacuzzi. I don't know. There used to be people here in previous versions, and now there's just nobody. I don't even know what the point of this is. I want to say if you go in there with an egg, they hatch faster, but that's giving it too much credit. I was buried in the hot sand. They forgot about me. And now I'm like the fool who ripped his pants. SpongeBob reference. SpongeBob reference. I don't know what came out of me there. I was buried in this hot sand, enjoying the blah blah blah. Okay. We draw as much hot spring. Blah 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 blah. What about you? I have an egg. I will take this egg. Yeah, I know who's in the egg. It's why not. I'm considering it. Why Wobbuffet is a weird Pokemon. It's pure defense. It's designed to counter anything. And it's the better move that you want on it is Encore, which you can is only there as why not. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm down for having a really weird team. So I might do it. Okay, and I already have a person with flame body, so the egg will hatch like just a little bit faster. Since Vigoroth is like the HM person, I can always take him off and put back the Pikachu if I really want there. The guy just said, I wish I could lay an egg. Charcoal, that's useful. That guy gives you charcoal. These are bullshit. Those items really feed into the frustration mechanic. Frustration return, like the happiness mechanic. You can have negative happiness and then give a Pokemon frustration, and it works the same. I don't know how I feel about that. Like return makes sense. You have to go out of your way to make frustration useful. It's kind of dumb. I figure since I'm not like walking around yet, just put this person back. That way they can get the experience. Alright, what do you have to say for yourself? How is it going, champ to be yumps? Lava Ridge uses fire type people. I cut my toe. That hurt a lot. What's going on here? Now, I want to make sure I fight everybody here. Oh, this is weird. Yeah, the fire gym got a remodel. Instead of like dropping down between like little holes and coming out at the top, like you go down up and down like hot spring water using like hot water pressure. I don't know. There's like science at play here, much more than the original. It's cool. I get it. But back to sequels. Speaking of Toy Story 5, there's another series that's also about to overstay its welcome with the sequels, and that's Shrek 5. We're on Shrek 5. Isn't that crazy that like an almost 25-year-old fucking movie is getting its 5th movie? I guess same with the Toy Story. Like that's like about a decade older and it's getting its 5th movie. Like sometimes I just wish they would just let these series make their entrance and then go away. I don't sometimes it's cool when like they do 3 or so movies, but like 4 and 5 is pushing it. You start getting into Ice Age territory and Norma the North territory. Like, those are movies that should have stopped at 1. Like, goddamn. And now they're about as bad as what did you use? Was that flamethrower? Why would you have flamethrower? Maybe you had incinerate. That makes more sense. Do 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 do. But yeah, I'm not excited for Shrek 5. Like, sometimes it's okay when a series just dies. And you can do spin-offs that carry the torch, or, you know, I don't know. Just 5. Stop at 5. Stop it. Just stop. Why? What are we doing this for? And I thought Shrek 4 Ever After was pushing it, but it made it work. It's about, like, Shrek having anxiety about being a father, and, like, he rewrites time by signing it, like, creating a deal with Rumpelstiltskin, and it's an alternate, it's a multiverse movie. What am I saying? It's an alternate timeline movie. And he sees all the other ogres. He sees he feels what it's like to not be alone, even though he kind of had that when he met Fiona. And antics ensue. But now, like, 5, what are we doing here? The focus is gonna be on his kids. Is there gonna be a time skip where they're older and Donkey's kids are older? Like, who could the villain possibly be? Is Fairy Godmother gonna return? Like, just, what is the point of all this? And we know that by the end of 4, he's like, okay, I know that. At the end of 3, he accepts that, oh, I know what it's like to be. I know what it takes to be a father now. I'm ready for my kids. And then 4 is, like, way more cynical about it. It's like, okay, I'm sick of being a dad now. Can I go back to not being a dad? And then he's like, okay, I'm okay now. Being not the only ogre is cool. And I have a newfound appreciation for the family I'm about to raise. You can kind of assume the future, what's going to happen after that. And, like, you can assume the happily ever after, in a way of saying. But 5, like, and I think making it to 5 is so desperate too. Like, you're so desperate to do sequels, something you know people will put money on based on, like, nostalgia. It circles back to the fact that, like, nostalgia is a hell of a drug for both people who only put money on something they've already seen before, or they've already had an attachment to, or, you know, the companies being like, well, we just want to keep selling this and not sell something new. Because I think they're afraid of, like, box office bombs. And I think if Elemental is anything to go by, it did, like, put that in perspective. I did read something that, like, Elemental's first, like, failure, but then gradual success. It had to work its way up there just by word of mouth. Like, oh, actually the movie's fine, go see it. Versus, like, everybody else who was, like, making, you know, like, clickbait thumbnails saying, like, oh, this movie tanked Disney, like, $2 billion down the drain. Won't go broke, blah, blah, blah. Like, it just fueled that fire. It was, like, fucking bullshit. And I saw it, and I may not like the message at the end of it, but, or the what kickstarts the premise of it is, now that I talked to a friend about it, and, like, now that I've seen it again, the Fire family really had no reason to leave. It's like if you equate it to, especially since they dressed it up like they had to immigrate to a newer country because of bad weather. That's not why people move. they move because of like much worse shit. So it kind of demeans why people immigrate. And I think I understand that part more. Okay, who needs protein? You do. You do again. Who needs carbos? You do. You need to be fast and strong. Swallow is going to kill everybody. Okay, Flannery had a redesign. Now you can see her boob ears. Yeah, I'm impressed to say Flannery got the glow up in this one. People may like the original one because she has a big like Jet Set Radio ass pants buckle, but her, I don't know why I'm talking about this. You can see that she's like, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, they just they took off her like basic top and gave her a tied bra shirt thingy. She's like wore this really small vest and tied it together, and her little fire symbol is on whatever top she's wearing. Like, I don't know what you call that little piece. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I just googled Flannery just to get the comparison in this horrible AI abomination. Bullshit. Realistic depiction of Flannery from Pokemon? You're shitting me. I gotta put this in the video. Okay, it's this like generator called Crayon. That's bullshit. That's horrible. AI. I didn't think AI would worm its way into my video again. My videos again, but here we are. Actually, the Google AI isn't appearing inside Google searches now, so that's a thing. Anyway, you better not underestimate me because I've only been a leader for a short time. Oh yeah, that's right. The lore of her is that by the time you reach the gym, she's like just became the gym leader. Hey-ya! Yeah, like, well, yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, okay. Alright, she sends out Slugmer. And luckily I have the type advantage. Oh, I like her little, her battle scene here. It's like, you're inside the hot spring, or the sauna, or whatever you call it. You can see the red trees in the background. Pew! Water gun. Ding, 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 bing, ba, ding, bing. Okay. Boss kind of easy? You know what? Gym leader battles could afford to be harder, but that's like I've said, that's the problem with all Pokemon. Oh, the Torkoal. I was about to say, Maxie already used Camerupt, so what new Gen 3 Pokemon is she going to use? And it's Torkoal. I was gonna use Torkoal, but I changed my mind to Magcargo instead. Because Magcargo seems like he's got a lot of stuff going on. You know, being a dual typing and all. Oh, yeah. Sure, use the Hyper Potion. And it's... Whoa, the shadow is freaking out. Oh, yeah, it's trying to do the shadow of Turkle's cloud. So it's not working so well. But yeah, that's the problem with all Pokemon, with the difficulty. Like, it would be nice to see them have a full team. But what are you gonna do? Thank you for teaching me, blah blah blah. You get the fire badge. What does it give me the power to do? The heat badge. Okay, it lets you and uses strength. You get overheat, and it's a good time. And on my own time, I can go back to the fire cave, and I think all that's there is a firestone. In case you wanted a firestone. Oh wait, I thought there was a different way to leave here. Yes, through here, like this. Did I fight everyone in the gym? I don't know. May's like, hey, I thought you were doing something else. Why did you go this way? And then I battled them again after that, and you beat them. You really are something else. I mean, you and your team are. I'm impressed by you all. And that pretty stone you're sparkling there, the meteorite. Blah 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 blah. I have a feeling I was supposed to be doing all this, even though I just said I like that you can go to the jagged pass and explore and go off the beaten path. But you were supposed to be doing this anyway, after doing the meteorite shenanigans. She's going to Petalburg. Do you want to go back together to Petalburg? Wow. That's a little convenient. And overly convenient. I'm not ready to go yet. So like, what happens if I just go there myself? Does she just disappear? What does this lady have to say? I bathe in the hot springs every day. I want to become beautiful like Flannery. You got a long way to go, honey.